Alright, leaving this area now. I brought a second pair of glasses. The first ones are really dirty and I have no way to clean them, so I got the new ones on now. Heading back down the trail here. This was a road that they built to get to the top of this. And as we get to the bottom of this fairly steep road that took us up to the overlook, we get to another road, and that's going to be this right here. And this, going that way, is going to take us to the gulch mining area down there. But if we were to keep following this road, it would take us all the way down to the street. And it got down there so far, it was big enough to drive a car on. You could get down there so far. If I went down there, you'd get down there so far and it's pretty washed out. So I don't ever remember anybody being able to even drive a Jeep up it. Alright, let's head this way. So that's what I just come down. That would take us up to the overlook. And over here, I just spotted remains of a fence. You can see the wire right there. It ran all the way up there. We saw it up on top, and then it ran all the way down here, and there's just bits and pieces of fence left. But in the 70s, it was still fairly intact. So down here is going to be where the hydraulic mining took place. So the mining took place down in this area all the way down this gulch. It started right up here, and that kind of a bare spot where you just see the scrub brush and that kind of stuff over there directly past my walking stick is apparently where the town, if you will, was at. There was a small community, you know, there's probably a saloon and a store and things like that. And apparently it was all along over in there. And this road would go straight through there and then continue on. And it went all the way down in that area there. And I don't know if it still does. That would be something I would like to eventually follow that. Maybe Saturday I could come up here and do that. I don't know. So let's continue on down here just a little ways. All right, I see more fence evidence. We got fence built into the trees, and the trees are kind of keeping that fence alive there. Can you see that right there? Yep, it's hard to spot, but it's there. Just come from there, and this too was a full-size road that went all the way down to the road. We're going to follow this one here. And now we're coming to a fork. Y, if you will. Part of the Y is what's going to take us back down to the car. But first, we're going to go in this direction, and we're going to keep following this road right here. And this road right here is crossing a ditch. It is crossing this big ditch trail. And this ditch trail is what we're going to follow tomorrow, if everything goes all right. And then it goes out here, and I don't know where it went from here. So now the road would have continued straight on ahead, and it did at one time continue straight on ahead when I was a kid, but something unusual happened to it, and it had to be rerouted because this humongous sinkhole started right in the middle of the roadway. And it started sometime in the 70s, but I remember it was pretty small, but then it just got bigger, and it is a big sinkhole. So the road now goes around that way. Now this would have been the town area back in the 1800s and early 1900s, and the road would have continued on down there. This is the trail that I want to follow tomorrow. It's going to take us around that mountain and quite a ways. I've never been on it very far, and it's going to follow that ditch trail with a ditch, that water ditch, which is right there. And that water ditch is what fed the hydraulic mining. And that's going to be right over here. We're going to check out the hydraulic mining area. And this is it. They've got it all kind of blocked off with split rails. And you can see the dam. This whole area would have been filled up with water. There was a hole somewhere here what they'd have to unplug after this whole area here got all filled up with water. They don't want you going over there because it's like a sheer drop off on the other side, and that's where they did the hydraulic mining so long ago.